गुड मॉर्निंग डियर स्टूडेंट्स एंड आवर व्यूअर्स। आप सभी लोगों का रेनबो यूट्यूब चैनल प्लेटफॉर्म पे स्वागत है बच्चों। नाउ वी हैव introduced about the classification of organism in our previous videos, clear? And we have introduced that there are the 5 kingdoms were made by R.H. Whittaker for the classification of the organism, and these kingdoms were first Monera, second Protista, third fungi, fourth plantae, and last is Animalia. Okay. So now next we will discuss of each kingdom, okay, in detail. Means how many types of organism, what are the kinds of organisms are putting in these respectively kingdoms on the basis of their particular character. So now dear students, today we will start the lecture on the study of the organism which are classified into the kingdom Monera. Clear? So now I am starting here. Now Monera means the first kingdom Monera. In the Monera, this is the, we can say, this is the first step. This is the first step in the kingdom Monera. The first step organisms during evolution. The first step organism during evolution are kept in this kingdom. Now you will be understand, you will be think in your mind that, sir, what is the meaning of this line? We know that our earth, after the formation of the earth, there are many organisms are developing through the evolution. Clear? And you know that evolution is a continuous process. Means the organisms are generally, new organisms are generally developed after the replacing of the old organisms. Clear? So the evolution is a continuous process which is happening, which is exist in our atmosphere, in our nature. So after the formation of the earth, the first organism were developed. As a form of a special kingdom, which is known as Monera. Means all Monerans are the first organism which were developed on the earth. Clear? So in the Monera, some special organisms are considered in the kingdom Monera. These organisms are like bacteria. Clear? Bacteria and mycoplasma. Are the organisms which were developed after the development of earth as a organism on the earth are bacteria and mycoplasma. Clear? So we can say these are also known as first organism of earth. What are these all? You can also show bacteria and mycoplasma and some viruses are also first organism of the earth. You can give the answer. What are the first organism of the earth after the formation of the earth, and what are the first organism? Tell me about the first organism which were developed after the formation of earth. You will give the answer bacteria and mycoplasma. And the bacteria and the mycoplasma are considered by the R.H. Whittaker in kingdom Monera. And due to the bacteria and virus, bacteria and mycoplasma are capped, they are putting into the kingdom Monera, so they are also known as by a common name. We can use monerans. What? We can use monerans. Monerans means if a person is telling about you monerans, then you can easily understand he is talking about bacteria and mycoplasma. So bacteria and mycoplasma are also called as monerans. Clear? Now, so the bacteria we can define. Bacteria are very small in size. Clear? Listen. Bacteria are very small in size. Okay? Means up to they have the size 0.4 micron to 0.4 micron to they are up to 25 micron in size. Clear? Bacteria are very small organisms, so due to the small size they are also known as microorganisms. Clear? Monerans means it is the kingdom of the organism. It is the kingdom of microorganisms. Clear? Microorganisms. It is the kingdom of microorganisms. Clear? Micro means they have very small in size and up to 0.4 micron to 25 micron in their size. So you can easily recognize that the size is so smallest that the bacteria and the mycoplasma cannot see by our naked eye. So these are the structure that these are organisms can generally see. So they are generally seen in microscopes. Microscope, you will hear microscopic organism. Yeah, they can easily see in microscope by the help of microscope. Okay? To see by microscope. Clear? When we are talking about the habitat of the bacteria, now we will see that bacteria are omnipresent. Bacteria are omnipresent. Omnipresent means which can found everywhere. Okay? Bacteria are generally omnipresent. Why? Because the bacteria can be found everywhere in our earth. Clear? How can you say that? Means bacteria are generally found. Clear? Bacteria are generally found in our air. And bacteria found in water. Okay, and bacteria found in clear. Bacteria are basically found in some extremely conditions of the environment. Bacteria are omnipresent means air, water are normal conditions of the atmosphere, but they are also found in extremely conditions. Extremely conditions means we can say the bacteria are present in water, hot springs. Bacteria are present in hot springs. They are present in hot springs. Okay, and the hot water springs, and this water is acidic. So you can give the answer. These bacteria are also known as thermoacidophilus. 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 The bacteria which can found in the hot acidic water springs. Hot acidic water springs means these bacteria are generally known as thermoacidophilus. Okay. And some of the bacteria are found in salty water. Which water? Salty water. Some of the bacteria are found in salty water where the normal organism cannot survive. The normal organism cannot survive. Yes. And the salty water is contains with more of the salt, and these salt are very harmful to the normal organism. So that place, that bacteria can be easily grow. So the bacteria are basically present, are normally present in salty water. So these bacteria are known as Halophilbacteria. Which bacteria? Halophilbacteria. 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 Halophy means are generally found in salty water or salty nature. Okay. And some bacteria are also found in marshy places. Which places? Marshy places. Marshy places. Like as Kutch. Run of Kutch. Kutch is a place which is in Gujarat, where there are many vegetations are damp off in the muddy water. In that place are generally known as marshy places. Okay. Inside the marshy places, some bacteria are also present. That bacteria are known as methanogen bacteria. What bacteria? You can give the answer. Methanogen bacteria. Methanogens. Okay. And methanogens are present in marshy places, and they are also produce a gas is known as marsh gas. Which gas? Marsh gas. After the decomposition of the marshy places. Okay. And another bacteria and some bacteria you can easily understand, and some bacteria are also present on another organism, means the parasitic bacteria. Parasitic, and parasitic means grow on other organism. And if the bacteria are grow on other organism and can infect to that person, so that type of bacteria are known as parasitic bacteria. And parasitic bacteria are of two types. One is called ectoparasite. If the bacteria are remaining outside the body of the living host, okay, so that bacteria are known as ectoparasite. Okay, outside the body means the bacteria are grow outside the body of any host. That bacteria are known as ectoparasite. While the bacteria are generally found in the internal body organs, the internal structure of any organism are known as endoparasite. Endoparasite. Clear? Endoparasite means inside the body. For example, all ruminants. Which bacteria? Ruminants bacteria. Ruminants bacteria means these bacteria are found inside the intestine of cow and buffalo. Are sit on the intestine of the cow and buffalo. Okay, and they produce the methane into their dung. So they are also known as gobar gas, which is known as biogas. They are also pluripotent. Ruminants means methanoidal bacteria are found inside the intestine of the cow and buffalo, which they digest, which they decompose the digested food and then convert into the dung, and this dung consists, this dung generally produces a gas that is known as methane gas, and this methane gas are also known as a biogas. Clear? And some of the bacteria are found in ice. So finally you can easily understand that the bacteria are highly widespread organism. Bacteria are highly widespread organism, means the bacteria can be present everywhere. The bacteria is so omnipresent because it can found, bacteria can found in every places. Every place. So these are here. So this is the habitats of bacteria. Now, bacteria is small in size and small microorganism, very small microorganism, but the bacteria have high metabolic rates. So due to the high metabolic rate in the bacteria can easily exist. The bacteria can easily living in any particular region. Clear? So now dear student, this is the habitat. Now first of all, I will talking about the structure of bacteria. The structure of bacteria. So now, before the study of the classification of bacteria, I want to discuss this here. What are the structure of bacterial cell? Clear? So now I am starting here. Clear? You have to clear this. Now. Next, dear student, now the structure of bacterial cell. What? Now I am discussing before the another topic. For the I have skipped the classification of the bacteria in this case, but I am describing here. Structure of bacteria. Structure of bacterial cell. Structure of bacterial cell. Bacteria cell. The bacteria cell. Clear? Dear student, I have already discussed about the cell are of two types. The cell are of two types on the basis of their organization of the cell membrane organelles and their nucleus. Cells are of two types. First is called prokaryotic. Cell, and second is called eukaryotic cell. So finally, bacteria is the first step, the first organism which will evolve on the earth. So they are basically referred the structure and the organization which is related to the prokaryotic cell. So if we will talking about structure of bacterial cell, then you can easily understand. And if I will talking about the structure of prokaryotic cell, is the same. Okay. So bacterial cell is also known as prokaryotic cell. Which type of cell? Prokaryotic cell. Clear? Now, Now this is the structure of bacterial cell. Now the dear students, I am discussing here the structure of bacterial cell. Now you can easily understand the structure of bacterial cell. Okay. Now each cell, listen about each cell is basically divided by the three regions. How many regions? Three regions. One is called cell wall. One is called cell wall. Second is called cell organelles. Okay, and third is called nucleus. Clear? So now we can say all the bacteria are just unicellular and also multicellular. Clear? Means this is here. I'm discussing it here. More of the bacteria are unicellular and some of the bacteria are unicellular. And the bacterial cell, the size of bacteria, the shape of bacteria is just different. We will discuss in the next videos. But now today we are discussing about the structure and the composition of the bacterial cell. Now we can say each of the bacteria, I have already told you already, the bacteria is found everywhere, and it is also found in the normal condition, and it is also found in extremely odd situation where the normal organism cannot survive. So due to the extremely condition it is exists. So for the surviving in the extremely environmental condition, he developed a layer, which is a mucousy layer. And this layer is made after the collection of the mucus outside the cell wall of bacteria. Okay, and it is made a very thick capsule-like structure. That structure is called capsule. And capsule is a protecting mucousy layer. Okay. And after the capsule, okay, and due to the presence of capsule, the bacteria can survive in extremely environmental conditions like salty water, like the hot springs of water. Okay, and after the capsule, all the bacterial cells are composed by a thick membrane, a thick wall. You can get thick wall. Okay. By a thick wall, and this thick wall is called cell wall. This thick wall is called as cell wall. Okay, and this cell wall is present in bacteria, and on the basis of the cell wall, bacteria are of two types. Okay, now you can easily understand basically in the normal condition of the normal bacteria, the cell wall is made up by a chemical. That chemical is known as peptidoglycan. Peptidoglycan. Now, peptido means it is also consists. Peptido means amino acids, means protein contents are also present, and glycan means it is the glucose. It has the glucose units. So, in normal bacteria, the bacterial cell wall is composed by the peptidoglycan, which is the units. Yeah, which is the, and after the cell wall, inside we see a thinner membrane are already present inside the cell wall. That thin membrane, it is very thin membrane. It is allows some solvents and solutes to outside and inside of the cell, and this cell membrane is called cell membrane, and it is also known as plasma membrane. So a thin membrane are generally found below the cell wall inside the bacteria. This membrane is called cell membrane. Clear? And after the lookout inside the structure of the cell, we see that a mucousy and a crystalline substance are found inside the cell. This crystalline substance is found in the cell is called cytoplasm. And inside the cytoplasm, some of the organelles are generally found, and these organelles, a point where the cell membrane are aligned inside the cytoplasm of the bacterial cell, and it forms a special cell organelles. This cell organelle is called mesosomes. Is called mesosomes, and this mesosomes act as a energy sources. Energy sources. Yeah, energy generator. You can easily define. Inside the normal cell, mitochondria is an energy generator, but when we look out the cell of the bacteria, a structure is found. That structure is called mesosomes, and which is act as an energy generator, means it will be parallel to the mitochondria in the normal cells. Okay, and now I will discuss in next video this